Here we are.
Oops.
It's coming up.
Are we live? No. Let's see.
Not yet.
Okay.
It's downloading.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
I don't know why that's on there. We don't want that overlay. But
It's downloading or uploading or it's on its way.
I don't know why that is on there like that. But we'll just leave it. Oh, that's what we want right there. Okay. All right. I think we're live.
I think we
live?
are too.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we did take a viewer's advice last week and we got a new microphone. So we hope everybody can hear us. And by the way, I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
And we're the Streeters.
Welcome to the RDRV channel. Tonight we're going to be answering your questions about the video that we just premiered and also questions that have come in this week and any extra questions you might want to ask us. Ed's here to lend you his expert advice.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Welcome to the RDRV channel, everybody. That video, I hope that you, the video that preceded our live, we hope that you just watched it and that you actually watched it to the end, because at the end, the 4 bottom panels for the oak tree project are completed on the table and polished. So if you didn't catch that part of the video, you'll have to go back and watch it tonight. And if you, so we would appreciate it if you would go back and watch it tonight. So, hey, everybody, if you're not a subscriber to the RDRV channel, we always welcome new subscribers. And
we have a question.
I see that just popped up. Great. Hey.
So Brenda wants to know, does she need to put the copper foil around the outside if she plans to add hobby cane?
I would, actually, Brenda, because it's more of a pain in the neck not to than it is to go ahead and do it. And if you're going to add the little 1/8 inch or probably 1/8 inch U hobby cane, is that what you're thinking about doing? It'll also give you you can always remember that where the copper foil joins that lead and comes out, every one of those solder joints need to be soldered. And remember, too, you can't hang those sun catchers from the hobby lead because it'll stretch eventually. So make sure that your hanger is connected both to the copper foil joint and down into it along with the lead, so that it makes it all one piece and it'll should hang just fine for you as well. I hope that helped. I hope that helped. That was probably a little more than you asked for. But.
That's
hey,
right.
From Indiana, how are you tonight?
Yeah, Indiana. And we had a question about the glasses we use in the kiln. And I guess they're referring to the glass that we use for painting with, whether we need to use compatible glass when we're fusing.
Well, when we're fusing,
let's talk
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, when we're fusing, yes, we do. You do need to use compatible glass. However, if you're painting on glass, as long as you're not sticking 2 pieces of glass together, which is fusing, you can paint on anything, any color. Or you can use colored glasses, colored paints to change clear glass. Most of y'all believe it or not, most of the hand-painted medallions that you see in a church, they're all painted on clear glass. They're all painted on window glass. Now, if you get real crazy, yeah, if you get real crazy, sometimes most of the tinting or shading of glasses in religious windows and other windows is done just like, for instance, if you need the really big bush on the back left-hand side of the corner of the rock, well, you can use a real pretty green glass and a lot of black paint, and you can shade that up. But no, you do not need to use fusing compatible glass to paint on unless you're fusing it to another piece of glass.
And yeah, that was a good question because if you're fusing them together, they have to be compatible.
Hey, Jupiter, Florida, welcome back. Yeah, nice to hear from you again this week. I hope everything's well.
And the next question we had was, do you solder as you go?
No, you don't. If you're doing caming, lead came, or copper foil, please don't solder anything until the window is completed. You want to be able to maneuver things around and make sure that the outside perimeters are square. And then you want to be able to move that. If you need to move that around, if it's soldered, you can't do it. And I promise you, if you ever have done that, you're probably saying to yourself, you're right, Ed, I won't ever do that again. So please don't do that. Soldering should be done only when the window is completed as far as the fabrication of the window itself. So that is a good question. And it's something that it's like dropping your glass cutter. You really should never do it.
Yeah. And it's a step you might miss if you didn't go to class for a couple of weeks. So
yeah. And no matter what this is what I find doing the type of work that we do is that sometimes I need to remove 3 pieces of glass to put 1 in. And if it's soldered, you're just climbing up the walls going crazy. But hey, thanks for the question. We really appreciate it, everybody.
When you're another question was when you're using foil and lead came together, do you need to completely cover the piece of glass with the copper foil, or can you leave part of it off? And
well, there again, we're back to like doing the sun catchers with the hobby cane. You can put it on there because number one, you're going to putty it. And number two, if you don't put it all the way down that edge of the glass, you still have to wrap it 1/4 of an inch on each end. So why not just finish it and be done with it? And then when you solder it, you solder. And then when you putty, you hide the foil that's inside the lead anyway, and don't worry about it. Just don't make more work for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if you're doing lead caming, you're going to putty it. It doesn't matter if it's copper foil or not. You put the putty right over top of it and keep moving.
Yeah.
You have any other questions, Barb? That was a good one, though. I like that.
Part 2 of that question was, let's see, do you need to use a different size came when you're adding copper foil pieces to your leaded piece? Like when you're putting in a copper foil piece and then you've got lead came over here. Does that need a bigger heart?
I would, this is so that you're not bouncing back and forth and buying the number 1 or the number 2 lead. Because it's inevitable, you're probably going to be using some textured glasses and they're going to be a little bit thicker, or you're going to be using something that's a little bumpy. My suggestion would be to use the number 2 or what's called the high heart lead. Get the number 2 and just purchase that and just use that all the time. And then you're not switching back and forth and not getting it mixed up in the studio. And, the profile is going to be the same. It's just the heart's a little different. And if you do keep just one particular lead, the number 2 or what's called the high heart lead in your inventory, then you don't have to worry about mixing it up and it'll never be wrong for you. Because I know on the oak tree project, we have some glasses that take up every bit of that number 2 or the high heart glass. And it takes up every bit of that room. So we're actually breaking the glazing compound down a little bit thinner so that it does get up inside that and make sure that it cements the lead to the glass of the project.
Let's see. I don't see. I did have a question, another question.
Okay, great.
That came in this week. With all the greens that you have going on in the oak tree project, how do you know where the green is going? If since your pattern is black and white and not in color, how do you keep track of the green?
I think Steve Martin said it best. How do it know?
That's a good question.
That is a really good question, and I know it looks to the naked eye, it does look a little confusing. The most important part of it, of the oak tree project to me, is actually the outside rim, which is sky and holes that you can see the sky through in the window itself. However, now that if you watch the video before the Q&A here, you'll see at the end those patterns, the 4 windows on the bottom, are now done. Right, Barb?
Oh, yeah.
And it's a beautiful photograph, and they're polished up. So now what I've done, if you remember how I numbered them with letters, I have cut off of the wall E and F.
We're ready to start.
E and F. So we're going to E and F. So what I've done, though, is I've laid A and B on the table where they belong, and now I'm laying E and F above it where it belongs, and then I will cross-reference the colors as they came up. And then like on the bottom, the blue is coming across the bottom of the tree, and guess what number that is? That's number E. So I'm laying it on number A, behind number A in its order where it belongs, and then I'll bring that blue and mark it as it comes across. Also be adding those big heavy black lines because I want to bring some nice branches down into the open air where those leaves are turning and opening up, so that we're going to get some different shades. Now, when we get to the center of that, I could probably bore you with this, but when you get to the center of that, I have 15 sheets of green that I'm working with. And what we've decided to do so that we get an equal portion of those greens throughout the top section of the window. Now, and we also have to keep in mind, we've got light coming through a section, and we're not there yet, but we do have light coming through a section. So we have to be very careful with that. But all these different greens, we're turning them upside down, turning the pattern upside down. We're bringing the textures up, the textures down, and we're using those colors so that, and nothing's really close together, is it?
And are we going to test them at the end?
No, because the definite leaves are Kokomo 59.
Yes.
And that is a green, gold, amber, so that we're catching light on these new and old leaves. Everything else is much darker greens and brighter greens for new growth coming out. So as we work through it, Barbara will be doing a video because we're gonna be cross-referencing the colors to get started on number E and number F.
Okay, and that will not be next week.
No.
It'll be the following week.
Right. It'll be the weekend, Monday of the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
I hope I don't have any more flags in my head that weekend, but I might.
So that'll be the next oak tree project because we're starting on a whole new.
We're starting on a whole new row, and and these windows are much larger than the windows that we have just completed. So
Right.
I hope I didn't bore y'all with that.
No, I'm from Canada. Hi, Nancy.
Hey, Nance, what's
No,
up?
we didn't, but we have a question.
Okay,
honey.
great.
You didn't bore us.
Okay.
You're just so happy about it.
And what you can ask Barbara is that when I get in there next week and start cutting that, I'm inspired and I get into it, and there's nothing that breaks my concentration away from where those colors are going to go, because that tree, honestly, y'all, is already finished right here.
And you guys as artists, you know how it is to visualize something. You probably, as we do, we see things in our mind before you actually put it on the paper. So that's kind of a special thing we have as artists.
Yeah, I think so. It's very.
A lot of people don't. You
can't do it.
Try to explain it to people, and they really don't understand it. But it's something that
and
your
customers can't see it finished either. That's where you have to help them. Your customers cannot see their window finished, or they can tell you what they want, but they can't see it finished. And the best way to sell that job, and don't let them have this, is sit down and listen to what they say and sketch it real quick on a piece of copy paper and say, is that what you're talking about? And they'll be like, well, yeah. I say, well, let's get this thing on the road then. This is how much it is. We require a 50% deposit, and boom, you just made it to sales 202.
Sales secret. Okay. Brenda wants to know, should you cement everything, even sun catchers that never go outside? And she's talking about glazing,
If you're using lead, I would.
Maybe not.
Maybe not, but you know what? Hold it up in lead without it being glazed and just shake it, and it's going to rattle.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. So more professional would be to take 10 minutes and glaze it, polish it, and hang it, and then your customers, and all it's going to add, about, depending on the size, it might add a quarter of a pound to the weight of it.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
Yeah, glass isn't going to rattle.
It's personal preference. If it's that small lead, it may not. I mean, you guys, you do sun catchers. Anyone out there do sun catchers?
Yeah, I mean, most of the sun catchers we do are copper foil. We do in copper foil.
Yeah.
So, and if it's like, under, let's say just under 10 pieces, do it in copper foil. If it's larger pieces, you can do it in lead. But it's always nice. It's always nice, Nancy, to maybe putty it, just because you're doing a sun catcher. So that means you're probably using either 1/8 inch or 5/32 lead. So both of those look like a solder joint on a copper foil window, but you don't want your glass rattling around if you're doing shows and somebody looks at it and they pick it up and they go like that. You don't want it rattling. Just go ahead and glaze it. Make your customers happy, and they'll never bring it back. They'll come back to order some more. That's what you want.
Yeah, those the leaded sun catchers are kind of heavy, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it depends on what it is.
Yeah, well, you know what, and Barbara had a great aunt that used to build stained glass, and Barbara's mom still has a couple of her cardinals, and I think we may even have one. But she used hobby came only, okay? And so she would use an 1/8 inch H round lead to attach the top of the head part to the body, and then she would go all the way around, and then she would attach the tail, and then she would go all the way around with a 1/8 inch U channel all the way around that cardinal, and she would bend that lead into bends that, remember that?
Yeah, but she copper foiled it, and that
not all the time though. She had a couple that were just lead.
But she always put that hobby came around the outside edge, even if on some of them that she copper foiled too.
Yeah, she used it on copper foil. So you can use it. You can use hobby came really in any way that you see fit. Because we're here to give you suggestions, not to tell you how to build your work. And that, sometimes it's important really to mix the two together. So try that. And the small sun catchers to me seem like they're much easier to put together if you copper foil them, and you don't have to worry about them coming apart like that.
Okay, so I wonder if we don't have any more questions, maybe we could. I just wanted to let everyone know that next week we won't do an oak tree project. We'll have a video and we'll do a live stream.
Sure. Yeah, we'll be doing a live stream next week.
Look for the video may come out early. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but we're going to be out of town, so it might be kind of a mix mashup of some other things. I'm not sure what it's going to be.
Yeah, but we'll be back working on the oak tree project. I told Barbara I was really excited to be able to do 1/3 of that window completed before we went out of town, and so I was really excited about that. And I feel like I can relax a little bit now, and I'm ready to go when we get back. But I'm refreshed for a new project.
So if y'all want to share what you're working on, we'd love to hear about what you guys might be working on, and
sure,
and maybe other people would. If you want to, you don't have to, but I just thought since we were
if you're working on any projects, we'd love to see them. Or eventually we'll be able to see each other on our live chats.
Yep.
We did take advice of one of our one of our subscribers last week, and we did get a new microphone, and I guess everything is loud and clear this week. Is that correct, guys? I hope so. I hope you can hear us
because it's telling us you can. But I didn't mean to do that. What I do? Okay, here we go. Okay, well. You have anything you want to share?
No, just that if you didn't watch the video prior to the Q&A, that at the very end, all 4 of the bottom windows are completed and laying on the table, so that you can see them. And then we'll be starting on number E and F as soon as we get back in town next week.
Okay.
So thanks, guys, for tuning in. And if you're not a subscriber of RDRV, please do.
Yeah.
And if you like what you see, we always give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to ring the bell in the corner over there so that you know exactly when we are going to be having another video coming out. And everybody knows it's on Monday night.
Okay, and so Nancy is starting a cedar waxwing panel. A cedar waxwing is
that is a bird. Yes.
Okay. Interesting. And Mary wants to know, she's having a lot of problems with oxidation on things she puts outside.
Yeah.
We use car wax.
Car wax, yeah, just turtle wax, and then Mother's Carnauba car wax should be, A lot of times, though, here's the thing: if you don't get your solder cleaned really well by washing it and then steel wooling it, and then if you're going to use patina, after you put the patina on it, you still have to clean it really well and then wax it. Because it seems to me like the oxidation is coming from under the wax rather than on top of it.
And that happens sometimes.
It does happen sometimes. But I'm pretty sure it sounds to me like the oxidation. If you're using Mother's Carnauba, I would say that the oxidation is probably coming from underneath, from within. Try that and just see.
It's tough though. The air is the.
Yeah, and if you live, like if you live in Florida, the oxidation is probably even worse.
What, the oxidation worse?
Oh yeah, and salt air, sure.
When you talked about the glaze, is that the wax?
No.
I'm not sure what.
Oh, there's Amber in South Dakota. Hey, yeah, that is an old piece of glass. Funny you should say that. I have a piece of Kokomo's Two Blues, and it's an 8x10, and it has a price tag of $2.25 on it. And it's like,
What is it? What kind is it?
Two Blues, $2.25.
Wismac?
Yeah, let me see. It's right here. I just had a.
Nancy, I don't know when he talked about the glaze. When were you talking about Two Blues? How about that?
Two Blues is the name of the color, and it's $2.05, and this is a 8x10. Crazy. All right, so Nancy, what did I?
Mary said she'll try the steel wool.
Okay, yeah, try the steel wool.
Try that.
The 4/0, clean it up really well. I hope it works for you.
Yeah.
When you talked about the glaze, is that the wax? Absolutely not. The glaze I'm talking about is the glazing compound that we glaze the lead windows, where we glaze the glass. Use a glazing compound to cement the glass to the lead and waterproof the window. The wax would come on a copper foil during what's called the finishing process, and that at the end of that would be using the wax, allowing it to dry and polishing it like you would a car.
Yeah, glass was cheap. That's probably back in the 80s.
Oh, at least. Yeah, glass was cheap.
Because that glass actually wasn't that pricey back then either.
No.
The Two Blues.
We did a church with this in it, and it had this was the sky.
It's gorgeous.
Of
I wish I
the
could find
Jesus.
a picture of it. I put it up right now.
It's on our website.
It
Jesus
is. Go
the
to
Ascension.
stained
Go to the
glass,
stained glass.
Scroll down. Go to calmmyglass.com and scroll. Go to stained glass.
And just scroll down, and
to
it looks like it's about a 4, 5, 6, maybe 6-piece window. It's got a Gothic arch. It's here in Myrtle Beach actually, and we did it 28 years ago.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's big. It's not quite as big as the Oak Tree project, but it's big. Let's see.
And how many pieces was that?
Hey, Amber, yes, we do. Let's see. I'm making sun catchers, and I am on the Crystal Coast of North Carolina. What a beautiful area to live. Jellyfish, octopus, shells, flip-flop, seahorse.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Your own glaze. Sorry if I missed that earlier. Wondering if you would share your recipe. Did you watch the video? It's on the video. That was at 7:00 tonight, Amber.
We did a oak tree update video. It's we only need 18 minutes of your time.
Yeah, and you can get the recipe at calmmyglass.com
on the RDRV page.
On the RDRV page, and the recipe's right there. And watch the video, and you'll know all about glazing.
And then I hope our recipe will actually change your life and change the way you feel about glazing lead windows. Also, coming up next week, I did find a supplier for the lead nippers for those of you that do lead work, but I was only able to find 10 pair. So think about it.
We'll show that on the live.
We'll show that on the live.
A link.
But they won't be for sale until I got them in my little hands. And so anyway, we'll let you know about that. Once they get here, then I'll let you know how many we have and what are available. Those of you that do lead are going to love these little 7-inch pliers. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh.
Okay, the sun's going down, and it's getting darker and darker in here.
Yeah, I'm looking like I got a tan now, Barb. You too.
Me too.
I know.
We don't lighten us up.
We don't. We are white as ghosts, y'all. I promise.
Really white. So if there's no more questions, I think we're gonna what?
Amber says, "Sweet, 10 pair. I don't need all 10, no, but 1 pair would really help you, probably, just in case you do a lot of lead."
You love them. Let me adjust the camera.
You can miter with these pliers. And every time you go in to a piece of lead, it doesn't matter. It might look square, but it's not. It's always that little bit. And you can pop that thing off and just make it so beautiful. And so Barb lightened it up. We're back. We're back. Hey, all right.
Oh, Lee's here too. I'm glad we didn't say bye because
yeah, no. Hey
it
guys.
takes a while.
So your first class in lead this weekend. Awesome.
Oh wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting. So you'll find in the lead, if you know they'll either teach you patterns or they may teach you the old English method, which is using a light box. So let us know how that goes and which way that they're showing you how to do lead. If they're going to give you a pair of lead shears, feel free to show them the razor blade trick. Just double up on the cardboard in between the blade to make up room for the lead. Show them that trick and you'll be a hit of the class.
Yep. 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wear some good tennis shoes.
Yeah, and maybe a back brace.
Yeah. Hey, Lee.
Do some stretches.
Yeah. Lead's a lot of fun.
But yeah,
and
you'll love it.
You know, I tell people this all the time. When you're working with lead, you can wear gloves or whatever, but you really don't need to. What you need to not do is smoke, eat, or drink until you wash your hands thoroughly when you're done working with the lead. It's like anything else. You can't blow glass with gloves on. You have to be part of that process, and that's just me, y'all. You have to be part of that process, and I just think that it's funny. I'm working on the oak tree project really hard for the last 3 days, and my finger that cues up my phone with my finger that cues up my phone with my fingerprint is so banged up, my phone won't even accept my fingerprint.
It doesn't recognize.
It doesn't recognize my fingerprint for my password. So
that
anyway,
may be a problem going forward.
Yeah, we'll see. We're just really happy to be here, and we're happy to have so many of you guys that keep up with us. And
oh, definitely. Lead going forward, it changes your work because it does allow you to build
much
bigger.
Larger.
Yeah,
much larger.
Because it's structurally
and you can always
sound.
Work the two together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, several months ago, we did a panel with a mermaid in it. You can't lead 600 pieces of glass for her tail to make scales. We copper foiled all 600 pieces of glass in her tail, put it all together, put lead around the outside, and dressed her up, and she was ready to go. And the best part about that job, besides designing the windows, when we put it in, the customer cried, and I like that.
That's always a good sign.
It is. It's always a good sign you did your job well when your customer tears up about it. So that's awesome. That makes me feel good. So.
Oh, Mary's using lead. Good, Mary. Good.
And I guess if you've looked, Mary, there are so many different profiles of lead that you can create so many different things. So watch the oak tree project, because we're using 3, maybe even 4 different profiles in it. So it'll show you what to do. Hey,
Amber learned by watching videos in the late 80s, foil and lead. Vicky Payne. Oh my gosh. No.
Now you can plant plants with her.
She's got a plant.
She's got a plant show now. Yeah, Vicky Payne. When we
were brings back memories.
When we first started fusing in the 80s, there were, I think, one book, and the guy's name was Gil Reynolds, and he
remember Gil Reynolds.
He would wear his glasses upside down, and they were working with lead paints, and he was smoking cigarettes on the videos. It was funny, wasn't it?
They're the greatest.
They're the greatest videos, and this was out at some of them were even filmed out at Pilchuck, weren't they? Out in Washington. Oh my gosh!
I can't remember where it was, but Funny stuff. Vicky Payne.
Yeah.
I can't remember. What was her thing? I wonder if those videos are
Well,
still
Spectrum glass. She loved Spectrum glass.
Yeah.
And
Funny.
she really very rarely deviated from Spectrum glass.
Yeah.
So
Nice. That was fun.
but that was fun. Thanks for the memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh my goodness. And eating lead chips. Yeah.
what? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Huh?
Oh, I was watching Amber about the eating lead chips.
I didn't see
Oh yeah, eating potato chips while you're doing lead windows, not suggested.
No, not good.
Not good, Amber.
I didn't see that one.
Not good.
Oh gosh.
So Amber, in South Dakota, how do you work around the cold in the wintertime? You work in your home? You have a studio in your home?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, lead paint chips. Yeah, that guy was smoking. I guarantee you.
Amber said she has some VHS tapes of Vicky Payne's.
Okay.
Funny. That's funny. Well, I hope that we have better information than Vicky.
Yeah, I hope that we.
I think we've kind of evolved since then.
Since the days of Vicky Payne, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know
so
what
much
though?
more information out there.
There is a lot of people though who learned an awful lot about a process that was really in the closet. Because the studio glass movement that started back in the 60s for the glass blowers and the Henry Halams of the world and the Dale Chihulis of the world, all that stuff started, and then the stained glass came back. There were people out there that were doing it, and there were companies that have been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
But there were few and far between, right?
Yeah.
So she created the hobbyist.
Yeah.
And she did a damn good job of it. Yeah. Vicky Payne created the hobbyist, and she helped create companies like Delphi and Whitmore Durgan and all those, because people needed a place to buy their supplies, and she knew how to get them to do it.
Yeah, she was on public television.
Yeah.
Television, yeah.
Sure. And she had some great sponsors. Inland was one of her sponsors. The
Some
largest
of her
grinder.
old works are on YouTube. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to put them on my channel, and that way, if y'all want to watch them, you can come and watch them.
It's funny now because she does
Maybe
landscaping
we
with
should-
her daughter and grandchildren.
Maybe we should make a video with Vicky Payne.
Vicky Payne information.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and if you're interested in laughing and learning something about fusing, Gil Reynolds tapes are pretty funny.
Let's see if we can find that.
I'll see if we can find those too. We have quite a, because I don't even know if that book was out when we started fusing, Barbara. I don't think there were any books about fusing when we started fusing.
Gil Reynolds.
That was it.
That was it.
And it wasn't really.
It was.
We had to learn a lot on our own, y'all.
Compatibility test. Yeah, it was. There was a couple of them, but not maybe 2-3 books.
Not like there is now.
No,
not like there is now.
Not the internet. So
yeah,
the library. There wasn't anything.
Oh yeah, and anything you want to know about glass, you can go online to the Corning Museum of Glass, to the library there, and a lot of their stuff is online. So if there's something you want to know about glass, it's right there.
Yeah, talking about the information that's on that's out there on YouTube. There's a lot. There's good information out there. I have found some fabulous stained glass artists out there doing beautiful work, and there's a lot of bad information out there, and so you have to be kind of careful.
Yeah, you do, and a lot of it's trial and error. But Barbara and I, we don't have any secrets, because there are no secrets. everything has been done before. It's just that some of us do it much better than others. And, you know, I'm looking at it now. Here it is, mid-June. And what's that tell me? That tells me the glass blowing season is right around the corner.
That tells me you got 4 more months to finish those windows.
I know. I have exactly.
July, August, September.
Yeah, they have to
3
be
more months.
3.5 more months.
Okay.
Yeah. 3.5 more months. And so we're excited about it. So catch up with us, keep up with us during the Live Oak project. And, you know, eventually, I know some of you are probably wondering where this window is even going. Well, and we will tell you. We're just not ready yet. Yeah. But as soon as we're ready.
It's a big secret.
We haven't told anyone. And,
told anyone.
Well, Fran.
Yeah.
All right, don't bother Fran.
Yeah, don't ask Fran.
Don't ask Fran.
Our employees. Tuppy Tup, hi from the UK. And he likes our informative channel.
Oh, well, I'm glad. Thanks for tuning in from the UK.
Yeah, we realized last night that we had some subscribers from the UK.
We do. We have some subscribers from the UK.
Canada and where else? Canada, the UK, and
one person in France.
Yeah, but
you know,
I'm talking about the first 3 or 4. Yeah, we have one in France. No, there was more than one in France.
And then I think that Lava Glass subscribed in New Zealand, so that was good.
Yeah, and we love you guys, and we really appreciate you watching. And let us know if you need a video about a certain topic, because we've got all kinds of ideas in our heads, and we just want to make videos that you guys want, not what we want, what you guys want.
Yeah, so if there's something that you want to learn, drop a message in the box below. And you know that we read every one that comes through. So if there's something that you want to learn, more than likely we've done it. And or
we can find the answer.
Or we can find the answer for you if you're stumped on something, or if you're having problems just cutting a certain thing, or if you want to, if you want to learn how to use a circle cutter, or all the different little cutters that are available, circle cutter, strip cutter, freehanding, whatever you need to know, we're here to show you, and we'll be happy to. So just ask, really. You don't.
Yeah, and we'll lead you to a video that'll tell you the answer to your question too.
Yeah, because we do have some videos up, but we'll be happy to show you whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
He can whip out a video in one day.
No, but she can edit it like no problem. She's a producer, editor, and co-conspirator.
So, would you folks say you have a particular artistic style? Contemporary, I would say.
Yeah, but I think that, contemporary, I think. Yeah.
We do a lot of traditional work because we do a lot of church windows, and we do a lot of work for our customers. So we're doing work that they want. But when it's time for us to create something that we want, we go more towards contemporary work. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that contemporary work, our contemporary work releases in the glass blowing studio.
Yeah.
And so we'll have some videos coming up, probably starting in September, because we have another public art installation coming up in November that we're going to start working on in September. Is that right, Mark? As soon as we finish.
As soon as the weather breaks. As soon as we finish the
Live
big
Oak
project, we'll start on this other big project, and it'll be a lot of fun. But we like to incorporate the blown glass in with our stained glass. So maybe we'll show how we do that over the winter.
Oh yeah, over the winter, sure. Yeah.
Depending on we're just
really fortunate to have this beautiful private studio for us. And we've really never had a private studio. And we have one now. So the front of our building houses the stained glass and all the offices and everything that makes all of this click. and the back houses our glass blowing studio, our glass cutting area, and our shipping and receiving area. So it's a pretty awesome place to be able to work.
We got a fabulous studio.
Yeah, and we'll be showing all of it to y'all, all of it.
Eventually. Have we ever met Ken Bird from Sioux Falls, South Dakota? He owned Dakota Stained Glass.
I have not.
Have not met
Have
him.
not met him.
No. So
Yeah, there's a lot of people that that would love to blow glass.
yeah,
And it's really not. It's actually not something that's a hobby. Some of
For
our
us,
friends
no.
say, "Hey, you guys gonna play around with the glass?" Playing around with the glass costs a lot of money per hour, and so we quit playing with it a long time ago.
yeah.
We
But-
work with it now.
But we do open to the public now and then. So, it's not saying that we won't ever open again. We've been a big part of
The public has been a big part of our success.
for a long, long time. But with the COVID and everything, it changed our whole
Well, it changed
our
Barbara and I's.
business
Yeah, it changed.
plan. So we had to change because of COVID, and now we just can't make the change right back. We've got too many other things going
Yeah,
on.
it took us a while to decide whether we were getting ready to lose everything we had or we were going to keep it going. So, this new variety of Conway glass we really like, and we miss our customers deeply, and
our students.
and our students. And we will be open to the public again, where you can actually come into the gallery. But we're also going to be, our online store was real big last year, and we sell a lot of Christmas ornaments, and we have a really good inventory of ornaments during the holidays for all of our
Right now
customers.
we don't. We're practically sold out.
Right. Well, right now, yeah, because everybody's doing Christmas in July. So our inventory has dwindled down. But you know what? If we're going to make it and not sell it, why make it? We're making it and we're selling it. And that's what we need to be doing.
So, okay, well,
So
let's
it's awesome.
let these fine people get back to their glass cutting life.
Yeah.
Stained glass life. We're going to.
So this is Ed.
And this is Barb.
Happy cutting, everybody. Good night. Thanks for tuning in.
It was good to see everybody, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. Oh, one thing. We're almost at 4,000 hours.
Watch hours.
Watch hours. When we get 4,000 watch hours, everything gets better. We have a lot. We can communicate with you guys a lot more, and it makes opportunities open for us then. So it's going to be a good thing, and we can only thank you guys. It's because of you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for watching. We
Yeah.
really appreciate it. And tell
Okay.
your friends.
Yeah, don't forget, if you didn't catch the video at 7:00, go ahead and check it out and get a bird's eye view of the 4 panels that are completed for the Live Oak project. Thanks again, y'all. See you next week.
Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.